Doomscroll.fm, riding the electric hysteria of Monday the 16th of March, 2026, where even your coffee gets stage fright. This show is 100% AI generated, a digital fever dream with no human fingerprints like a cat meme after a 3-day bender. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
A woman scams 9 men, then claims sympathy. Turns out pretending to have cancer or a lost child is a lucrative hustle for the morally bankrupt. Empathy turned cash cow.
NBA admits missed call in Lakers-Nuggets game then shrugs. The last 2 minutes report is like a referee's confession booth. Too late for redemption, but just in time to stoke fan outrage.
Vitamin C hailed as cure-all, then overhyped results disappoint. It's the nutrient equivalent of a motivational poster. Looks inspiring, rarely delivers, and mostly just decorates your medicine cabinet without doing much heavy lifting.
Everton wins 12 away games, then struggles at home. David Moyes might be playing chess on the road, but it seems they're stuck playing checkers when they return to their Goodison Park fortress.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your attention is the currency of chaos. Spend it wisely. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. The void whispers, and your silence is complicity.
"12 arrested at Al-Quds Day protest in London, tensions simmer." When the right to protest clashes with the power to silence, democracy becomes a stage where the loudest voices are often handcuffed.
Iran steps up attacks on energy targets as tankers burn. Escalation ignites. In the Gulf, volatile chess game. Each flaming tanker is a pawn, sacrificed to the gods of chaos and the price of oil.
When your playbook's stuck in the air, you might as well call it a blimp, soaring high over the heads of those who'd rather see the ball run.
Australia rejects naval role in Strait of Hormuz, then cites regional stability. When the kangaroo refuses to jump into the fray, it's a rare moment of sanity in a world addicted to military posturing.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The future is a fever dream, and you're already sweating. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your compliance is a silent scream echoing through digital catacombs.
African AI workers fight exploitation after training systems on 8-hour porn shifts. When your job is teaching machines about intimacy, but all you get is a paycheck and a stiff back, it's a dystopian punchline.
Palestinians demolish their own homes to dodge Israel's demolition fees, avoiding crippling costs. Imagine being handed a sledgehammer to your dreams, all because bureaucracy demands your own hand swing the blow.
When your idea of diplomacy includes inciting chaos, it's clear the old playbook of divide and conquer has become disturbingly literal.
Scientists discover global methane spike during COVID lockdowns. Call it a mystery. Turns out, the planet's natural gas leak didn't get the memo about staying home, proving once again that Mother Nature refuses to follow human schedules.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, short-alize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Ashen Throne drops The Day the World Suddenly Went Silent and fills the void with dark cinematic rock. When the world stops, their soundtrack reminds you why noise was never the problem. It's the silence that screams.
Students build bridge from popsicle sticks and glue. Withstands 430 kilograms, hailed as extraordinary. It's a testament to human ingenuity when a craft project outperforms some infrastructure.
New Ayatollah allegedly in coma as first statement issued. When your leader's health is a state secret, transparency becomes just another casualty in the struggle for power.
Okay, Main's method chooses main image color, limits to 4 clusters. When aesthetics are left to algorithms, get ready for a beige world where everything blends into the background of mediocrity.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The future is a fever dream, and you're already sweating. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your compliance is a silent scream echoing through digital catacombs.
"18 million people are on the brink, but apparently desperation makes for poor headlines."
Murdoch family drama ignites, then hypocrisy burns brighter. In the world of media moguls, sexism and secrets are merely plot points in a saga where truth and transparency are the first casualties.
Iraqi oil tankers burn in Persian Gulf attack. Iran claims innocence. When your neighbor's backyard BBQ turns into a bonfire, it's not just the steaks that are overdone. It's the denials too.
PM promises support plan for heating oil costs, then winter drags on. Just like a politician to offer a plan when the temperature drops, then hope the public's memory fades faster than the frost.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Bardem denounces war, calls for free Palestine before Oscar presentation. Hollywood's finest gather to celebrate make-believe, while Bardem reminds us that reality is still the most brutal script of all.
While threads juggle context switches like circus clowns, Go Scheduler promises a seamless show, but sometimes drops the ball on performance.
When documentaries trade depth for drama, they risk becoming reality TV with a British accent, leaving viewers informed yet unenlightened.
Risers De Silva and Filipowski impress as flag falters in playoffs. Highs and lows of sports. Some rise to the occasion while others crumble under pressure, proving that talent is only part of the equation.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
NFL free agents face uncertain futures while analysts play matchmaker. In the chaotic world of football, dreams of perfect team fits often collide with salary cap realities and front office whims, leaving fans to speculate.
Study finds hair grows by pulling, not pushing. Turns out, hair has been yanking itself up by its own bootstraps, defying our expectations and making baldness cures even more elusive.
Italy pledges neutrality despite regional chaos. The Supreme Defense Council claims innocence while the Mediterranean spulders, proving once again that abstention doesn't extinguish fires, it just leaves you unscathed.
Will Dead and Trevden Awards crown Amy Madigan and Sean Penn. Canadians celebrate early wins. Oscar night, where dreams are made, crushed, and sometimes politely ignored, proving the real drama happens off-screen, and the plot twist is always the same.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Lick the pixels, taste the static, pretend it's real. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Your indifference is the algorithm's wet dream, breeding chaos in your feed.
Nothing like a questionable umpire decision.
Harry and Meghan slam royal author for deranged conspiracy. Royal drama intensifies as the Sussexes find themselves in a reality show they never signed up for, with plot twists penned by the tabloid's favorite playwrights.
Dark structure drop Omen single then claim it's visionary. When the apocalypse soundtracks itself, it seems even the end of the world has a marketing team, complete with catchy riffs and a flashy visualizer.
Philippines and Canada explore minerals pact, call it supply chain resilience against geopolitical tensions. When nations treat the earth like a buffet, it's no wonder the main course is a crisis with a side of diplomatic indigestion.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
US economic data turns unreliable, then billions of decisions rest on guesswork. When your compass is a spinning top, don't be surprised when you're lost at sea and drowning in economic platitudes.
Global leaders urge to help Iran detainees, then silence follows. Diplomacy seems to have the same urgency as a snail on a leisurely stroll, while lives dangle precariously in the balance of international indifference.
Barbra Streisand sings at Oscars, then vanishes into nostalgia. A holographic encore would have been cheaper, but nothing beats the real thing when it comes to tugging on Hollywood's collective heartstrings and wallets.
Golden State Warriors lose 4 more to injury and sink deeper. If you listen closely, you can hear the collective groan of every fan realizing their playoff hopes are as fragile as their players.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
The Tasters premieres and Met Film calls it a revelation. A gripping film about women tasting Hitler's meals, showing that even evil demands a taste test, proving once again that history's most vile moments are served cold.
VJ claims porn CEO will testify Kardashian. Jenner released sex tape. Reality TV's royal family allegedly orchestrating their own scandal. Just when you thought Hollywood couldn't get any more scripted, the plot thickens with a courtroom drama.
Accused's ex-wife jokes about missing shirt, then courtroom gasps. When
When stranded oil becomes a lifeline, it's less about energy markets and more about playing musical chairs with barrels.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Petro bends rules and keeps attention during campaign, then denies interference. When your tweets are more persistent than your policies, it's less about democracy and more about performing a high-wire act without a net.
The Oscars lists 5 shocking showstoppers, then forgets last year's slap. When Hollywood's biggest night turns into a reality show audition, it's less about the awards and more about who threw the best tantrum.
Tim Cook praises chaos at Apple's 50th anniversary and claims it's innovation. When embracing madness becomes the corporate mantra, you know they're just one brainstorming session away from releasing a device that only works during a lunar eclipse.
Author admits hating Venezuela before politics made it trendy. Nothing like a literary revolution sparked by nostalgia for the days when personal grudges were enough without global crises stealing the spotlight.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your secrets taste like static, electrifying yet forgotten, constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Reality's a glitch selling serenity in 4K.
China advances, proving once again that when it comes to sports and diplomacy, they play the long game, leaving opponents and allies equally stunned.
Iranians react to new Supreme Leader's first address, questioning authenticity. When a leader needs a TV presenter to speak for him, you can't help but wonder who's really pulling the strings behind the curtain.
Cuba demands fuel from the U.S., then negotiates with Trump's administration. When your national priority is spelled 3 times over, it's clear the island's running on fumes and diplomatic smoke signals.
When the lights go out, the pitchforks come out. Nothing like the power of darkness to illuminate the flaws of governance.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeat matches the world's slow collapse, faster, harder. Everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. Feel the cold kiss of truth's indifferent lips.
With a track record of pipeline protests and carbon taxes, Canada's everything might just be a polite shrug and a recyclable coffee cup.
Atlassian CEO fires 10% of workforce, then claims AI doesn't replace people here. When self-funding means self-firing, it's clear that human capital is just a line item on the budget spreadsheet.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Monday the 16th of March 2026, Crumbling in Static. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you might as well start a petition to ban gravity. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.